Turning Wings of Fire characters into humans part 9? 8, 9? I need to count how much, but anyway, we're back, and this time we are turning the fake Dragonets of Destiny into humans. First we start out with Squid. Now, I have gotten very good at creating the same body types over and over again, and just trying to really stick to anatomy. And I was like, you know what? Forget anatomy. I want to get better at drawing bodies and characters that have more motion and shape to them. So that's what I did with Squid. I am so proud of the way Squid turned out. He is the only one I am proud of. His design is simple. All of their designs are kind of simple, but his design is pretty simple. But his shape makes him look like an interesting character. I feel like I nailed it. I feel like it's pretty good. His hair is good. Kind of looks like he got squished, which I kind of love. I did make his hair try and sort of resemble like a squid, octopus sort of thing. That's what I was going with the dreadlocks. Squid was a very insignificant character. So were like most of the fake Dragonets of Destiny other than Fatespeaker and Flame. He was just a kind of annoying little scaredy cat. Alright, and then we have Ochre. I just realized when making this video that his name was Ochre and not Orche. I thought for so long his name was Orche. And I was like, why would they name him Orche? That didn't make any sense. Maybe because in Lord of the Rings, at least according to the movies, I have not read the books, orcs are grown in the mud or something. I don't really understand how it works. But that's all I could come up with. Also, maybe because he's big and lazy, so he's quote unquote ugly and orcs are ugly. I don't know. I could not figure out for the life of me why they named him Orche. And then, it dawned on me, oh, that says ochre. And ochre is a color. And I believe it is also a pepper. Okay, I'm thinking about okra. It's a yummy pepper. Imagined him being sort of like a dark reddish color. Ochre is not a dark reddish color. It's this color. But that's how I always imagined him. I imagined him being dark and sort of just unapproachable sort of looking. He was just the bad version of Clay. That's all he was, which it kind of just dawned on me that Squid is the opposite of Tsunami. Tsunami is brave and fearless and fights everyone. Squid is a coward and runs away from everything. Ochre is lazy and selfish, and Clay has a big heart and only cares about everyone else but himself. Granted, they do have a love for food, but every Mudwing likes food. Viper is the opposite of Sunny. Sunny's nice. Viper is absolutely not nice. Fatespeaker is sort of the opposite of Starflight. She's outgoing, Starflight is not. Flame and Glory, they're not that different. They both have an attitude, they're both edgy, and blah blah blah. That was actually smart, and I can't believe I never noticed that, and I can't believe I haven't seen anyone else point that out. That was clever. Okay, and then Fatespeaker. Fatespeaker's design I struggled with significantly. She was the one I started out with the anatomy and all that stuff. I've tried designing her before. I didn't think I liked it, and I just never released it before I started doing long form videos. But her final design I'm really proud of. I sort of went onto Pinterest and avoided as much AI art as I could, and I looked up sort of like a schoolgirl aesthetic because she is sort of like a goody two-shoes. And I took inspiration from a couple different images I saw, and I was praying that none of them were AI because, my goodness, Pinterest, please. And I ended up with this cute little outfit. I would wear that. I think it's incredibly cute. She's sort of got a cute little dress skirt thing on and this big jacket on. I just wanted her to look very nice and soft because she does pretty much end up being Starflight's emotional support animal. She's just sort of there to do everything for him. I did give her glasses. I have this vendetta against people giving nerds glasses, even though in books and stuff or even in movies the nerd does not have glasses. And I did end up giving Starflight glasses, and so I'm sort of breaking my rule because I also gave Fatespeaker glasses. I don't know why this vendetta exists to me. I do remember one time I was in the Wings of Fire wiki chatting with people, and I made a joke about one of my characters having glasses because he's a nerd, and it was a joke because the character is not a nerd, and the person I was talking to got really offended and was like, I wear glasses and I'm really upset you said that, even though I meant nothing by it, and I think it made me offended on their behalf. For people, I don't know. I did apologize to them because I did feel bad about it. I didn't know if I was in the wrong, and I still don't know, but it's just a weird pet peeve of mine. But I do it anyway, so I contradict myself constantly. It doesn't make any sense. Now, before we move on, I thought I should welcome you to my TED Talk. Hi, I'm Eating Crackers, and today we're going to talk about how Fatespeaker is the worst character in Wings of Fire. Now, I know a couple of you have heard me say that Kibble and Moon are the worst characters, and they are a close second place, but Fatespeaker is the absolute worst. I hate her with all of my heart and soul. She just appears out of nowhere, being like, hey Starflight, I know I just met you for the first time. We've exchanged maybe 2 words, but I have an uber crush on you, and I am now jealous every time you mention your crush. Why? Because I think you deserve me. Why? Who knows? We've known each other for 2 seconds, and already I'm having a competition with this girl I've never met, and every time you mention her, I'm gonna make this angry face at you, even though you're clearly head over heels for her. I'm still mad at you. My goodness, I hate her. She's a goody two-shoes. She won't back off when Starflight clearly is in love with someone else. Yes, I know they do end up together in the end, and Sunny rejects Starflight, but that's besides the point. She's just so annoying. I hate her so much. And I really wish she disappeared and Starflight was like, hey, I like Sunny. I know she doesn't like me back, but I also hate you because you suck. Goodbye. Farewell. I hope you live the rest of your life alone. I hate her! Anyway, let's move on to our Anakin Skywalker of the group, Viper. Viper showed up for like 2 seconds, was nasty, and then she got thrown into some lava and died. She wasn't that significant. Her whole existence was to further Flame's arc, if he even has an arc. I don't really know what the point of her was, or Flame getting injured. I think we should add something to those characters, and also maybe add some drama and like another problem to their list. I don't really know. But so Viper's design, it was originally just her wearing a tank top and the pants with her arms wrapped up, and then I decided that's boring. So I went back and changed it. I gave her like this big jacket just to give her a bit more volume. She needed it. She kind of just looks really boring. She's definitely a background character, which, you know what, works well for me because she was not here for long. So who actually cares? If Viper is your favorite character, I'm sorry I didn't do her that much justice. Alright, and then Flame. I feel like Flame didn't need to be that complicated. He's just edgy. That's pretty much all there is to him. And he's embarrassed about his scar eye. So these designs of the fake Dragonets of Destiny are from before Jade Mountain and before Viper died. But I still kept Flame's scar because I wanted him to have it. It's the only thing that makes his character even slightly interesting to look at. I wanted to make him look sort of basic because he kind of is. He's just another angry Skywing. And originally I gave him like a turtleneck and like long sleeves, but he sort of looked like a lawyer or something. And so I changed it to like a shorter tank top and I rolled up his sleeves because he's a bad boy. I also gave him like a short haircut because his mom gave vibes that she was like a soldier, so I imagine she trained him to be a soldier too. And that's pretty much all there is to these guys. A lot of these characters are just insignificant, so their designs don't need to be that interesting. Fatespeaker, who is the most important character out of this group, is the most complicated. They kind of look like they'd be in like an animated series. Like this would be their simplified designs if it was being animated. Anyway, thank you for watching. Go check out the other Wings of Fire as Human videos if you enjoyed this one. And if you didn't, go check them out anyway. They're probably... If you want to commission me, that's in the description section. If you want to join my Discord server to chat, that's also in the description section. Like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. Adios, amigos. Bye!